Welcome to Successful Living with Bill Knapik. Every week we talk about success and everything that goes along with it. You'll learn the principles of success, how to achieve success, and learn to overcome challenges that may be getting in the way of success in your life. You'll hear from Bill Knapik, a radio personality and business development expert, along with insight from special guests. If you're ready to find your path to success or take the success you're enjoying to the next level, stay tuned. Successful Living with Bill Knapik is on right now.
And welcome to the show, Successful Living with Bill Knapik. And today, Successful Living with Shelley Barndollar with Show Homes Houston and Shell. She is the CEO of the Real Estate Staging Association. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So nice to have you both here, and we love to talk about things that relate to the home, that improve our lives, and certainly when it's time to sell the home, and I believe when it's time to live in the home, which is always, having the home stage for either case is so important. Right, ladies?
Correct.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So let's first of all, Shelley Barndollar, right here in Houston, Show Homes Houston. Let's tell people a quick word about your company.
So we are a home staging company. We actually do a lot more than just home staging. We are a home marketing company. So we not only vacant stage, we do makeovers. We have our signature home manager program, and we do updates for clients as well, consultations too. But we also help our clients market the home. We will do our social media posts. We're on all the social media outlets. And we also help our clients by doing co-hosting a Broker's Open. And we send it out on our social media. And we also do our monthly newsletter. And we always blast their information and the homes that we've staged and helped them with that way.
And Shell Brodnax, you're calling in from where, Shell?
I am in California.
Oh, is southern or northern?
Northern, about 60 miles southeast of Sacramento, in a tiny little town with one stoplight.
That sounds like the place I need to be sometime soon and get out of the congestion here of Houston. But let's tell people about your organization.
Absolutely. Well, the Real Estate Staging Association is the trade association for professional real estate stagers. We're a 501c6 nonprofit trade association. So while I founded the organization, I don't own it. If I go cuckoo and go rogue, the board of directors can get rid of me and they can bring in somebody new. But thank goodness that's not going to happen.
And I think what's interesting, too, Shell, you're in a fascinating profession, but also I saw some of your interviews on YouTube, and you've had the honor to interview some great people, some giant figures in the real estate world. Let's tell people a little bit about that.
Oh, boy, I have. I've been very fortunate. You know, Barbara Corcoran, probably one of the most well-known realtors in the world, she was so generous with her time, and so I had a great interview with her, Egypt Sherrod. Most recently, this week, Vern Yip at RESACon. We had our annual real estate staging convention last week in Vegas, and he was on as well. So we look forward to putting that out there.
In fact, I did see the Barbara Corcoran interview, and I really enjoyed that. So super things that you're doing. But also, I know Shelley here is back from Las Vegas and from the convention. She's excited. You're excited about it. Shell, let's tell people from your perspective some of the things that went on and perhaps some of the highlights of this convention.
Well, absolutely. Well, gosh, there's so much to report. It's a 3-day event. The first day is everybody gets there. We kind of network and mix and mingle. And the next 2 days are just really jam-packed with educational sessions, a couple keynote sessions. Our event was focused on profits this year, how to be profitable, where in years past it was really focused on how to get real estate agents to understand real estate stagers. And we've seen the tipping point, people. They're getting it. And not only they're getting it, they're requesting it, they're wanting it. More and more agents now are insisting that their listings be staged. So it was a great event, a lot about profitability. Mike Michalowicz wrote a book called Profit First, so he spoke to our group about that. And Vern Yip from Trading Spaces and HGTV, he talked about trends that will also help stagers sell real estate down the line. So the camaraderie's there, the networking is there, the peer-to-peer support was there. It was just a one-stop for everything.
And people that were attending were from all over the United States, is that correct?
All over the United States, Canada, Japan,
Oh, wow.
China, and the UK.
So this staging idea, and I remember your interview with Barbara Corcoran, as you talked to her about the subject, she's kind of like, why wouldn't you do it? I mean, it's just, you need to, right? It's just common sense.
It's common sense. What it boils down to is that staging is merchandising somebody's number one asset. So when you really think about these things, I'm a horsewoman. When you go to sell your horse, if something happens, you can't keep them, or the circle of trust has been broken, whatever it may be. When you go to sell your horse, what do people typically do? They put 30 days training on it. They give it a bath. They clip them. They do everything they can to present the horse in the best possible light. Well, staging is doing that for your number one asset, but yet more people put more money into their horse, or put more money into even detailing their car and putting it on a Craigslist or putting it up on Facebook Marketplace than they do when they're thinking about selling their number one asset. So in reality, staging is just a no-brainer. It should be done on every single home to some degree.
No doubt about it. And Shelley, as someone attending this conference, tell people your perspective as you got there in Las Vegas. And that's just a fun city anyway to attend any conference. But what was your perspective?
I just couldn't even put it into words when I got there. It was so exciting. There were so many people that I'm friends with on, the different social media outlets. The RISA has several different social media accounts. So I was able to put a face with people that I'm friends with already. Just the information that I learned, Shell, she's been a huge influence on me just since I've joined RISA. And, the girls that work with her, they're so fabulous at helping any questions, things like that. If you're stuck on something, you reach out, and they're just amazing.
And Shelley Barndollar, let's tell people, as far as getting inspiration as a home stager right here in Houston, I would think you go to this conference anticipating what you're going to learn, who you're going to meet, and also some of the great ideas that you're going to come away with. So when you left, did you have like a notebook with ideas and things that you're going to deploy in your business here in Houston?
Oh, my gosh. Huge notebook. I'm going to have to reread everything because I took so many notes, so many great ideas. But what I really loved about this year was the idea of treating this like you should as a business. This is a business, and you deserve to be paid as a business owner, because we're all business owners when we're doing this, just like anybody else who owns a business. So I have read already the Profit First book, and it was fabulous, and it gave us really great ideas. But I loved that they kind of focused on that this year at RISACon, and that was, I think, a game changer I hope, for a lot of people, because you deserve to be paid as any business owner. You need to have some money for yourself so you don't get burned out and think, why am I doing this? After a while, I'm not making any money. Why am I doing this? I'm putting it all back in the business. Well, you've got to be able to pay yourself just like if it was any other job.
There's no question. It sounds almost like when you say treating it as a business, a lot of realtors have that same conversation with each other and themselves, because some don't treat it as such.
Right.
And Shell, let's tell people your perspective and some of the things that you took away from this conference and what made you excited and I guess even looking forward to the next one.
Well, as an organizer, it takes a year to plan this event. I know what's so funny, and I guess it's a good thing for me, but it's kind of a double-edged sword, is that it really is pretty seamless on the outside. So anybody going thinks that, it just must be so easy to plan. Everything, runs without a hitch. In reality, it's a lot of people, a lot of decisions, a lot of moving parts. So I'm really proud that I have an outstanding team at our headquarters, and we have an outstanding board of directors and a volunteer crew as well to help pull that off for people. But as an organizer, what gets me excited is literally no less than me personally spoke to probably 60 to 70 people that would come up to me, and the words that I hear are words like empowering, impactful, blew my mind away. I mean, just all these words, changed my life, life-changing, epic. All these words that the attendees had been describing on how it is that RISA events affect their lives and their businesses. So for me, that just means that people see the vision, people see the bigger picture. And this year we've brought on even more exhibitors because we now have a buying group for real estate stagers. So many real estate stagers buy furniture wholesale instead of buying retail, and we've seen a tipping point in the last 2 years. So now we have relationships with these wholesale providers who are equally as excited to help stagers grow their businesses. So all in all, the industry has just really, really matured in the last few years, whereas 15 years ago, people were sparsely staging. They were just doing little vignettes, and they were using just very lightweight furniture. And now it's just a whole nother ball of wax. It's just a whole new game in town. It's matured. It looks amazing and fantastic, and you can really see the difference between someone who's operating as a professional stager, as Shelley does, and versus somebody that's more doing something more as a hobby. They kind of maybe get into it as a hobby and then quickly realize, oh boy, I need to really make this a business, or go to work for somebody that's doing this as a business. So as an organizer, it just makes me excited all the way around to see everybody's success and seeing everybody be very happy.
And we're talking with Shelley Barndollar with Show Homes Houston right here in Houston, Texas, showhomeshouston.com, and also the CEO of the Real Estate Staging Association, Shell Brodnax. Hey, Shell, let's tell people your website, too.
RealEstateStagingAssociation.com is the trade association, and my personal website for any speaking engagements can be seen at shellbrodnax.com.
shellbrodnax.com. And let's tell people, too, as you think, so you're already thinking, Shell, of of next year's event, which I hope I get to attend. I'd love to do that. But you're already planning that, I guess, right now as you take notes from what happened last week.
We do. We're already planning for next year, and we announced at this year's RISACon we have some more events going on throughout the year. So what we will have for our members is RISACon Vegas. It's the home of Las Vegas because we partner with the Las Vegas market, so RISACon will be there. We have a RISA Connect in Atlanta and Toronto, Canada, coming up as well. And those RISA Connect events are going to really be focused on the top producer stager who buys wholesale. And then we also have RISA Edge events, and the RISA Edge events are one-day events that are throughout the entire North America, Canada, and the United States. And they're one-day events that are just held on the local level that are hosted by our chapters. And then coming this year are going to be RISA retreats. And these are retreats where we'll have a small group of people, 10 to 14. We're going to rent an Airbnb, and we'll be there for 3 days in a workshop fashion, just banging out all the problems and finding massive solutions to people in a much smaller mastermind group.
And what are some of the challenges, Shell, for this the professional home stager like Shelley that are out there? I think we discussed one of them is making sure the compensation fits the work that goes with it. And by the way, when she was talking about that, what you do or what the stager does is yes, it's a business, but certainly it's someone has to be an artist and have that correct eye to look at things and know exactly what to do. But what are some of the other challenges that the stager works with?
I would say probably one of the biggest challenges that stagers face is their audience, their target audience, which a lot of real estate agents, most of them now that we're seeing, there's been a tipping point where they are getting it more and more, but some still face it where they keep trying to get that agent who is not taking their business seriously, that doesn't want to get it, and they keep banging on those doors when that stager needs to learn, if somebody is rejecting staging, if they're on a tipping point, you can certainly try to get them to understand it. But if not, that's okay. If they don't want that for their business, move on to the ones that do get it and focus on the clients that are going to get it, because those are the people that you are going to impact in your business. And a lot of stagers don't do this just for the money. They certainly don't do it that way. It's really about because they have this inherent feeling inside that they really want to help people. So stagers help people make money, and they love doing that. So that's one of the biggest drawbacks. And, of course, there's still people that get into it because they think it's fun and they want to do it, and they're operating for more as a hobby. So the agents that don't know what they don't know might go with a hobbyist stager who's less money, significantly less money, but you get what you pay for. So then they might get a bad taste in their mouth thinking, well, staging didn't work, or I had a bad experience, because they were using somebody who didn't understand it. They were using somebody who was doing it as a hobby for fun versus somebody like Shelley who does it as a profession because they know how to get the job done.
And certainly sounds like you need to start with the real estate professional that takes their business seriously, because I don't know about other places, but here in Houston, Texas, I think the count is up to 35,000 or so that have a real estate license, and certainly all of them are not top professionals or treat it like a real business. So I think it's easy. Go to that upper realm of who's being successful from a production standpoint, and you'll find that realtor that takes it seriously.
Absolutely.
And Shelley, what do you say as far as right here in Houston, we do have so many realtors, and I talk to them all the time. Mm-hmm. Some of them just don't get it, but then those that do go forward, and that's why they're the higher production agent.
That's right. Exactly. And, you know, what you find is you have your fan club, right? Those are the ones that will call you over and over and over again and always put you out there with other agents, with their agency, you know, the different things that you can do to help them. And we have grown this last year a lot just by making sure that we are in touch with our fan club and the agents that love us. And they call us over and over again. And now we're moving and we're doing other agents are calling us because they've gotten a lead or somebody told them, oh, call Show Homes, call Shelley, whatever.
Pratt is keeping track of all these things of the growth.
Oh, yes, you know that. Well, and the thing about it is, and this is what I learned really pretty early on, is that the ones that don't get it, they are not going to get it, and don't waste your time. It's great to touch base with them, see if, here's a great house. I know it's been on the market for a year. Have you thought of staging? And sometimes what I've kind of figured out is that the longer it's on the market with those realtors, they can't go back to their client then and say, hey, let's stage it. That's actually what they should have done in the beginning.
Step one.
One
of the first steps.
Right. And so for them to then, they're almost kind of going to lose face, right? So they have to then go back to that client and say, by the way, let's spend a little money and stage it. That doesn't look good on them. So it's something that I personally feel like is something that holds them back. But I just move forward now. I don't take offense if somebody says no. Okay, that's great. Call us if you change your mind.
Do it right the first time. And Shell, let's tell people of all the things you have a wonderful position here and started a great organization, but of all the things that you could be doing in life, what was it about the staging and the helping people with their homes that got you in this profession?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. Well, let's see. My past, before I got into the industry, I was actually a private investigator. And
okay, we could do 2 shows on that. We'll hold that for later, but go ahead.
I left that industry because, and this was back in the day when you actually had to have some skill set. We didn't have Google. We didn't have the Internet. You actually had to look through records. But it just got to the point where there wasn't anybody I couldn't find. There wasn't any assets I couldn't locate anymore. And there was no more of a challenge for me, so I left the industry. Took a huge cut in pay to go to work for somebody who sold staging training programs, and I worked there for 6 years, and I was in the industry, and I just love helping people build their brand, helping people build their businesses. I'm more of a provider services, so for example, the difference between myself and Shelley is where Shelley goes into a home and loves staging it. That's her passion. If I went into a home and staged it, I could do it, but I don't like it. It's a lot of hard work. I don't want to move the furniture. I don't want to hang the artwork. Those things don't excite me. But the helping somebody build their business, that is the part that just is so exciting to me. And that's why I stick with the provider services side, is that I want to change the industry. I wanted to make it more inclusive. I wanted to form unity in the industry, which we've done. There's lots of designations and certifications, and we just needed to pull everybody together under one roof. And so we've been very successful at doing that. So now we're helping thousands of people and building a lot of bridges and providing a lot of unity and just bridging that gap between the agent, the homeowner, and the stager. And that is just something that really excites me.
Excellent. And also, Shelley, by the way, we say Show Homes Houston. It's award-winning Show Homes Houston. And
Yay.
as a result of this conference, you were in the
Yes.
top 10. And what was the category?
Occupied makeover.
And here
or
it is.
Occupied category, yes.
And we'll hold the award up to the YouTube camera right now. And say, with the last minute or so, Shell, what else would you like people to know about your organization or anything else, or even horses? I want to take a ride on a horse in Northern California.
Absolutely. I could talk for hours about that. Let me just say one thing about Shelley Barndollar. Shelley Barndollar made this top 10 occupied category. And the pictures, when we showed it at RISACon, we do video, kind of like the Oscars for our awards. Her before photo had every animal you could possibly think on the walls. And so it was a really great example of a before and after, and literally the audience gasped at the difference.
Right.
I mean, I thought it was really going to bring the house down. So she did an excellent job. So kudos to you, Shelley.
Thank you.
For that. And as far as the organization is concerned, if you are wanting to get into the real estate staging industry, call us. We can help you. I offer a complimentary career counseling phone call with you to kind of guide you through it. If you are a stager and you're not a member, please see us. We've got a lot of benefits for you to help you grow your business. It's about professionalism and credibility and legitimacy for yourself to belong to your trade association, because real estate agents, they all belong to their trade association, and now stagers have RISA as their association as well. And if you're a real estate agent, you're on the fence and you're not sure about if you want to stage or you don't quite understand it, we actually teach a mandatory continuing education class called Staging to Sell, What Every Agent Should Know. We have RISA-approved instructors throughout all of North America that are vetted and can come into any association, women's council, or brokerage and teach this class. There's 3 hours credits in many states. And if you're a real estate agent, you want to find a stager, reach out to us. Go to our website. We have a great directory, and you'll be able to find a professional stager near you that will help you change your business and also help your clients be very happy with the sale of their home.
And let's tell people how they can reach you.
RealestateStagingAssociation.com.
RealestateStagingAssociation.com. Shell, and now, Shelley, before we close out the show, what else would you like people to know?
I would love people to know what a great association RISA is, how it has helped me this last year. Oh my gosh, I could never envision myself as a leader, but I truly feel like a leader now. I love RISA and everything that I've learned from them. It's expanded my horizons personally, professionally. It's done amazing things for me, and I just really can't thank RISA enough for that.
And let's tell people how they can reach you.
ShowHomesHouston.com.
That's too easy.
I know. My phone number is 832-729-2511.
One more time on the number.
832-729-2511.
And thank you both so much. ShowHomesHouston.com. Shell, Brodnax. Shell, thanks for being on the show. And thank you, Shelley Barndollar.
Thank you.
And you've been listening to Successful Living with Bill Knapik today with Shelley Barndollar and Shell Brodnax. Thank you so much for listening. Go to radiobill.net for more information, and we'll see you next week. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How many bridges I got to cross?
Are you in the process of selling your home? As you may know, it's about selecting the right professionals to get the job done in the time frame that fits your schedule and brings you the most return on your investment. Whether you're an individual, family, or investor, do what new home builders do and others do. Have your home staged by professionals like award-winning Show Homes Houston. It all starts with the first impression, and that's usually online. Show Homes will get your home ready for pictures and showings. So if you want your home to be ready to sell in the most expedient amount of time and for top dollar, reach out to Show Homes Houston. ShowHomesHouston.com or call them at 832-289-7513. That's ShowHomesHouston.com or call them at 832-289-7513. So many factors come into play when selling your home. Don't overlook home staging by the professionals at Show Homes Houston. Show Homes Houston will transform your home to be ready for this dynamic and competitive marketplace. That's showhomeshouston.com or give them a call at 832-289-7513. Showhomeshouston.com.